All right, now this is a big-time guest.
Hey.
I am a huge fan of the way this guy plays. I'll tell you why. Because a lot of times coverage linebackers, like guys that are good in coverage, they're not really trying to light dudes up. Like, they're not really trying. They're not here for it.
For sure.
Dude, you are here for it.
I'm here for it
all
the way.
You are like the prototype. I guess I want to start with that. Like, how did you – I don't remember you at BYU. I wasn't paying attention, right?
Yeah,
So how were you a third-round pick? Because even like I do the Eagles preseason games on TV, and Fangio even brought you up. He's like,
did he?
Yeah, he's like, did he ever coach you or?
No, I haven't crossed paths with him.
He said, he's like, well, we're all trying to get Fred Warner.
Wow.
Meaning like athletic, but you have the football IQ. But you have the physicality, because most guys don't
want to mix it up.
They don't have all of them.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like you have like the physical phenom, but like he just doesn't see it. You know what I mean? Or a guy that's like the greatest and he sees it. Like, and the Eagles have a couple guys like that, but they're not gifted like you.
Oh man,
you
cut
know
it
what
out.
I mean?
They got Zach Bond, all pro.
No, you're
all
right.
Pro Zach Bond.
I'm talking about like N'Kobe Dean's had a nice year.
Yeah, for sure.
Trotter
I see what you're
Jr. Trotter Jr. is going to be a good player.
Yep.
But I think the point that Vic was making was like Trotter Jr. and N'Kobe Dean, like they don't have your height, weight, speed ratio. So how were you a third-round pick?
Yeah, man. I mean, I went to old Brigham Young University, where I
because of your faith.
Yeah, I played it at a couple different positions. I had 2 coaching changes. I was with Coach Bronco Mendenhall, where we ran a 3-4.
Yeah.
And then with Coach Satake, we ran a 4-3. So then I'm more off the ball, but outside, playing more of like a outside nickel type.
Okay.
So that's where like the comfortability playing in space came from, was playing in that scheme. And then with Mendenhall, it was me on the line of scrimmage, almost like a rush end a little bit.
Oh, you weren't one of the inside guys?
No, I never played inside.
So you were an edge rusher with Mendenhall.
Yep.
And then with, was it Taki? What?
Satake.
You were like the overhang guy?
That's right,
Or were you walked out?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, so that helped you. What were you, like 205? Were you
no,
lighter?
I was probably about 215, 220. You know, nothing crazy. But yeah, I was out of position, right? And
did you know
I was
it?
in position, but I didn't know it. I didn't, because I went into the combine, I went into the draft just as confused as everybody else. I didn't know where to play, and then these teams are trying to put me in position like, are you a stack behind the ball backer? I don't know if you're physical enough. Are you an edge guy? Oh, you're not big enough for that. So what are we going to put you? And so it took a team like the 49ers, Coach Saleh, bringing me in. He broke the tape down. Is like, these certain things that you're doing in your scheme, whether you believe it or not, translate perfectly to what we do in our scheme. And so I always remember like that rookie year was just a whirlwind for me, just trying to figure it all out. And I had an amazing coach, D'Amico Ryans, who's obviously the head coach for the Houston Texans now. Without these guys helping mold me, I don't know where I'd be right now. It was a perfect situation, perfect fit to help me develop and grow into the player that I am today.
How pumped are you that Saleh's back?
I mean, obviously amazingly pumped because of what I just spoke on. Like, nobody else had the vision for what I could be aside from him. Like, he was the first and only guy to be like, I know that you are going to do well in our system. Like, I have all these backers ranked. You're right there at the top with these guys. And nobody else had said that. And so, for whatever reason, he saw something in me. And I tried my best to try to show him, like, hey, you did good on your selection.
But it took you what, Fred? Like 4 years before you started getting to Pro Bowls or All Pros?
Technically my second season is when I kind of back into the season started to make some plays where I got in as an alternate for Pro Bowl. But I actually didn't go to the Pro Bowl because we were in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So I didn't even get that notch. I was behind Bobby Wagner and Luke Kuechly, were obviously Hall of Famers. So It was hard to top them. But my third season was my first time being elected as a first-team All-Pro and a Pro Bowler. And then the rest was kind of history.
How much of an adjustment was it for you having guys that can come at you from either direction? Because if you've only ever been the outside guy and your line of vision, you can see everybody. When you're in the middle and it could be the left tackle or the right tackle or whoever coming for you, how much of an adjustment was that?
Huge. It was a huge adjustment. But luckily, I mean, God blessed me with this ability to just have this cerebral understanding of the game, these instincts that I play with, where I was able to kind of catch on for like fairly quickly, obviously enough to where they had trust in me to be the Mike linebacker, give the calls, have the green dot as a rookie. having never played stacked off the ball backer. So all these things are going on really quickly, but I caught on fast. Like, it all kind of came more natural to me. And then obviously the part about like just the coverage came natural. The run game was where I had to work on my game, right? When it came to run fits, when it came to tackling inside the box, knocking guys back.
Getting off of blocks.
Like, all these things I had to work and hone in on. And so it took time. And like I said, amazing coaches. And it was something that deep down, I always wanted to be the best at whatever I was doing. And so as soon as I came in the league and I saw, oh, you know what? The talent gap isn't as crazy as I thought it'd be, And so that's where I kind of was able to just take off from there.
What was the injury this year?
Ankle. Yeah, I had a bone fracture in my ankle.
Left or right?
With a sprain, yeah. My right ankle.
Right ankle.
Yeah.
And did you miss any time or you just kept playing?
No time missed. Yeah, I missed some practice, but no games.
All right, so you could tell at some point that the season, like, it was not going the way you wanted it to go.
Mm-hmm.
You guys weren't going back to the Super Bowl. You kept playing on a cracked fibula probably?
Yeah.
Tell me about that mindset.
I mean, for me, there's not much to talk about. That's just what it is. This game is so brutal. For anybody who's played it, they know like how gruesome it is out there, and guys get banged up all the time. I've had to play with all types of stuff. This was one of the more unique situations where it took a lot to even get me ready to go for game day. To be able to go out there and play. But there's no doubt in my mind, if I'm able to go out there and play, that my teammates need me out there. Like, not even just from a place perspective, but just from a leadership standpoint. Like, getting the guys rallied and on the same page and all those sort of little things that go on, it's a no-brainer. Like, I'm always going to be out there.
How weird was it for you and some of the other guys to be playing games in December that didn't really matter? You're so used to NFC Championship games and Super Bowls. What was it like in those games?
So weird. I can't even describe it to you.
I did the game on radio. I did the game on radio in Buffalo.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, you guys got a couple. I think that might have been the game Christian came back, or one of them.
Christian came back.
And I think you guys were thinking like,
he got hurt that game.
Right, and you guys were thinking like, we can do this.
Yep.
And you guys came out the first couple drives. I thought, okay, but then there was a fumble or something happened, and it went south. But you guys came out. I think you had a 3-and-out. Like, you came out, you were hitting them. Yeah, I mean,
it just didn't go our way, man. Things just you talk about that game, and Christian was having an unbelievable game. Like, if you go back and watch, he was going off, and he happens to land on the snow, or on the hard ground, and he busts his knee up, and that's just the type of year that we had.
Confidence level that you'll get back next year.
100%. 1,000%. My confidence is at an all-time high because I know what I'm capable of. I know what our locker room's capable of, our front office, everybody that's involved. We've been to the pinnacle. We just have to overcome that hurdle at the end. We just got to get guys back healthy and get that shit back.
I forget what happened to Hargrave. Did he have an injury?
Torn tricep.
Because the one thing I noticed watching you guys, you guys are a different defense when you have D tackles that are really like
whole D line.
When you had Armstead and Buckner, and then even Hargrave, like that defense, the way that you guys want to play it. You need a D tackle.
It starts up front.
Yeah.
It starts up front.
I mean,
those
you
guys.
really do.
Yeah, no, all those guys. And so, like that was like we keep talking about the story of the season with these injuries. And, of course, you love the guys that come in and they try their best to replace these guys. But it's not just about that starting four. Like, it got to be a wave of guys where that starting four gets a little tired. Boom, put the next group in there, and let's hit them with waves, and where you're overwhelming the offense. And so that's the thing that we were missing this year.
It's funny because I told you I do the Eagles preseason games, right? Do you ever hear the story of Bond, like how that happened?
No, I mean,
okay,
I kind of watched from afar, but no,
he was an on-the-ball Sam for the most part for the Saints,
correct?
Okay, and he beat Penei Sewell for a sack.
Yeah.
Last year, 2023, and he was really good on teams.
Yep.
So the Eagles thought core special teamer, situational rusher. Yep. All right. So they tell that to the. We're going to bring him in.
Yeah.
Fangio, the coordinator, and the linebacker coach, they start watching him. Fred, there was less than 40 snaps of when they would trade the tight end or shift the tight end that he would have to come back
and cover the tight
into
end.
the box. No, like they would move the tight end.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, so he bubbled back into the box. Yes.
He had to come back and be an off-the-ball back, which is not his deal, right?
For sure, yep.
Based on those, like, it's kind of like your story.
Very few clips.
It's like based on those, like, less than 40 plays.
Yeah.
They sign him, and Fangio's like, I want to try him as an off-the-ball backer.
Yeah.
and they're like, wow, really? Okay, well, yeah, we can try him. He's awesome. like that to me is crazy.
Yeah.
Both of you, like, were you the other first team All-Pro linebacker?
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
It was you two.
It was me, him, and Roquan Smith. Yeah.
Okay, so Roquan I think's always been an off-the-ball backer, but for the other two guys to never be an off-the-ball backer in college, and then for Zach to just switch, like, dude, he had an unbelievable year.
I think it was so impressive to watch his cover skills, having never done it.
Right.
Because that was something that came more natural to me. Like the rushing stuff, I'm not really – I don't rush the passer much. But the fact that he covers as well as he does with zero panic with the ball in the air, like he just doesn't – he's unfazed by it. Like it's ultra impressive for a guy who obviously does it play in and play out.
And all those guys, but you as well have really perfected the punch-out. So when I was playing – it was like the start of Peanut Tillman's career. He was the only guy doing it. And now, like, you can hardly watch a game
without
a couple guys doing it. And I don't know, like the guys are holding it pretty good, but there's something about that punch. It just it gets it out.
That's right. There's no perfect way to hold a football for the perfect punch. For me, I feel like if I have the perfect punch going into a tackle, the ball should come out every single time. And that's how I've honestly felt. Like, it's something I've developed since my second year in the league. And it's just continue to progress, and I'm trying to perfect it and add not only just my right, because I can only punch my right side. I got to get some more strength in this left side. So when I'm coming left to right, that's when you see me coming for the ball. Right to left, I might just go for the tackle, but I got to work on my left.
That's funny. What can you do? Like, can you do like some boxing classes? Or
I do box in the off season. Yeah.
Oh, you do?
I do. Yeah. I started doing that about 4 years ago.
I would be terrible punching with my left. You know what I mean? Like,
it just feels awkward.
If I was in a fight, like any
going all rights.
Any football fight, it's just right.
Get him on the ground and ground and pound.
Do you remember LeVar Arrington?
No.
Oh, dude, he's like probably the most gifted linebacker I ever played with. He was second pick in the draft. From Penn State, like 2000.
Yes.
We got in a fight one time. He got my helmet off.
Ooh.
They pinned us. Practice. He got his right arm out, hit me with like a right cross. I got 4 stitches in my ear. Like, dude, my ear was just bleeding the whole rest of practice. And the O-line coach was pissed because I lost the fight. I'm like, oh my gosh. All right, what do you got going on with your wife Sydney and Experian? Tell me about it.
Yeah, no, Experian. They're amazing. All they're trying to do for you is save you time and money. They're trying to do that for all of us. We all fall victim to, getting subscriptions that we forget about, right? You sign up for all these subscriptions, and let's say you sign up for a Peloton membership.
Yeah.
And then you don't even use Peloton anymore, but they're still charging you for that Peloton subscription.
That might be my wife, by the way.
Right, and so all these subscriptions that you don't need or use, they help you eliminate that. If you download the app, they do all the hard work, all the heavy lifting for you, help save time and money. That's all they're trying to do.
I love it. And it's important that everybody, no joke, knows their credit score.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. You're trying to buy a house, buy a car, you got to make sure you got good credit. So they're helping you try to boost that credit score up and save you a little time, save you a little money.
What's next for you as a player? What's the next level? I know you want to win a Super Bowl, but you personally, what can you do better? What do you want to do better?
It's cliche. I want to do everything better. I want to, rush the passer a little more effectively, add that to my game to even, make teams even that more afraid of what I can do. But at the end of the day, man, I'm trying to do whatever I can to help win the game, win games for my team.
Dude, you have how old are you?
28.
How many years so far?
I'm going into year 8.
You like legitimately could be a Hall of Fame player. Do you know that?
I appreciate it. Yeah,
I mean, you're on the path. Like, if you keep it rolling, like. Yeah. You're going to be a Hall of Famer.
I promise you. You ain't seen nothing yet. We're just getting started.
I love it. Thanks for coming on the show, man. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you.